Jay's here.
Nice.
Who else is here? Bob is here. Susie's here. Yay, you made it.
Ooh, Cause We Can Farms is here.
Oh, yeah, that girl. I'm short.
I feel like I need to.
You're so
turn it
tall
down a little
today.
bit. Sorry, guys. We're going to adjust a little. There we go.
So we've been outside playing today.
Yeah.
Oh, Tiffany made it. Hey, Tiffany.
And by playing, it's not the fun kind of playing that you guys think.
No. We're working on the shower.
But we're excited because we're a step closer to showering.
Yeah, it only took
Here.
us 2 hours at Home Depot. It's just like, drive that bus.
So, yeah. So I locked myself out again of the truck. So to be fair, I hate that word. I always say it. The thing is, my key fob is broken, and so then I forget. Big long story, but I to grab my keys, and we had.
Bob says you're twinning tonight.
I know.
Colleen is here.
Okay, so we'll get to that twinning in a second.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we're at Home Depot. We get the parts. We get in the truck. She tries to put them together. They don't want to hook together. So then we're like, let's go back in. So we go back in, and that's when I forgot to grab my keys, and I hit the lock button, and we get up there, and I'm like, I don't have my keys. So yeah, so we had to bust into it. Some nice guy helped us out.
His name was Josh.
Yeah, he helped us out, so that was awesome.
We were doing pretty good. I mean, we need to really have a fork and a knife and a string in a little box attached to the truck.
We got one of those things that's like a blood pressure cuff.
Yeah.
You guys will see it on.
If we had your mama's here. Hi, Mama. Alicia's here. Susan is here.
So back to the twinning thing. So Heather and I, we literally just talked about it maybe 15 minutes ago. We were like, oh my gosh, we're wearing the same colors again.
Now, we have hung out all day today and not noticed that.
And the thing is, it happens all the time. The other day it was like the red colors. Yes. And then another day it was black. And we always do it, but we don't know
we don't do it on purpose.
No,
it
is
happens.
not. We're not those kind of girls.
Bob says, Heather, you need to take over driving duties because someone keeps locking you out of the car. Okay, so last year, though, the truck was just doing it. And the key fob, it would be inside the truck, and it would lock on us. So that was the problem with that.
And now the key fob's not working at all. So the thing is, I would carry the key fob with me and I hit the lock button on the key fob, but now I can't do that. So I have to do inside the truck.
KJ, I was thinking one of those magnet boxes underneath the truck or in the back of the truck. Because if somebody got in there, they'd be like, what is this for? I mean, you know, like an extra key they would get. They would know what that is.
And the fork and the string, we didn't remember it. We just happened to be on the property. So we grabbed a string, we grabbed a fork, and we were not late to church that day, which we were quite impressed because we had church clothes on and everything.
Yeah, we got right in it. It was great.
In fact, I think that was the way we did it the best.
Skinner Farms is here. Yeah, did the least amount of damage to the door.
Yeah, we've damaged the door a little bit. Actually, I think the guy that busted into it last time did worse damage than we did. So.
Yeah, he gouged it. Juanita, hi, from Pocatello.
Hello, Juanita. Hi,
Colleen.
Skinner Farms.
Colleen, have you prepped the garden yet? Tomato plants are ready to go in the ground. Cherry tomatoes are looking good. Oh, I was going to message you and ask you that because we are pretty much ready. We've been letting the goats out into the big yard, but we're going to put electric fence around our beds so they can't get in there.
So we'll be ready after Saturday because we'll get that electric fence on Saturday.
Well, KJ asked, doesn't the fob have a key in it for when the battery goes?
Yes, that's the key that I keep leaving inside the truck.
Oh, Gloria says, I put a key behind the license plate, can always find a coin to fit screws. That is genius.
Wow.
That's genius.
It is.
We're doing that.
Yeah.
We're going to go get a copy made of the key, and that's exactly where we're going to put it.
Exactly.
Susie, hi from rural Southern California. You said you guys got snow up in the mountains.
That is so crazy.
That to me is just crazy.
You guys have gotten snow a couple times.
You're supposed to be much warmer than us.
Yeah.
Much warmer than us.
That's so smart, having a hidden key. So I got this truck used, so it only has one key that is what is in the fob. So, and the fob's not working, so I'll have to get a copy made.
Hey, so Donald the Duck, who got injured, is actually starting to use his injured foot. He's very tentative about it, but he is moving around really well, and he's starting to actually put weight on it. So I'm excited about that.
So he's gonna stick around for a while.
She's got jalapenos for you.
Ooh, jalapenos. I like jalapenos.
Oh, Wade's here.
Jalapenos.
We are doing good, Wade. How are you? Ooh.
Off Grid with Penguin Homestead. Hi from Scotland. Hi. Welcome. It's really early in the morning there, isn't it?
So want to go to Scotland.
Right? That'd be amazing.
Gloria says, I have an idea every now and then. I say that to Kim. She's like, that's a smart idea. And I'm like, I used all the brain cells.
I often say, you're smart and pretty.
I am really happy about Donald because he's kind of just become this fun guy that hangs around. Are you listening? He's over there turning his head listening.
So we were working on the outdoor shower today, and something interesting I found out, that my ring finger is the same size as Peck's. This is a piece she cut off.
It's a 3/4 inch Peck's. If any of you gentlemen are wanting to marry Kimmy, she takes a size 3/4 inch Peck's.
It was so funny because I was like, it fits perfect on my ring finger. It was just so funny. So I've been wearing it around.
KJ says, stop trying to eat Donald, Robert.
We got Brendan and Matt here from Chasing
Hi.
Freedom. Hi, guys. Noted. Bob, Heather, noted. Check.
You're going to love the video that I edited today, Bob.
Yes, you will. It's going to be good.
It's going to be good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Tacos. Peking or tacos? I don't know. Duck tacos?
Now,
I've never heard of.
Now, Bud the goat may become tacos.
He may. He's getting to be a little bit of a
telling
problem.
you.
So.
KJ said, stand firm for more than Peck's, Kimmy.
You're worth more than that. That's funny. You're sweet, KJ. Thank you.
Oh.
It's so nice outside. It's like perfect weather. It's been raining off and on, but it's just so green and beautiful. I know you guys don't get to see all the green and beautiful, but
Ian said, it's early 1 a.m. there in Scotland, and I'm doing the washing up.
oh, got you.
See, I just love, they just, foreigners just say things differently than we do. I mean, it really could be that we say things differently, just put it together differently than others, but
Yes.
I just love it. Oh, Anna's here. Hi.
And so is Kelly.
So, and Kelly made it.
No news about the North Idaho meetup yet. No, Kelly has a thing out to the group members or group planners, and she'll let everybody know when she knows. How did the windowsill hold up, Heather? KJ wants to know. I'm driving now.
Not very well. Well, the one, no, because what I think happened, here's the thing. I don't think we made it in time for that stuff to set up. And it just started pouring. And I think we were under the 30 minutes. So it just didn't work. So I'm going to end up scraping all that off. Once we've got to let everything dry out because we've just had so much rain. So we're going to let everything dry out. We're going to redo it. And I think I'm going to spray the Flex Seal, and I'm going to give that a try along with the caulking. And
you know, the good thing about this, redoing things, is you learn from your mistakes and you do them better the next time, right?
Right.
So,
and I share them with you guys so you don't have to do it. So you can feel smart.
That way, those of you that said, I told you so, can say, I told you so.
Aletta Armstrong said, hi, guys. Love you both. Best videos on the internet.
Oh, you're so
that
sweet.
Is very sweet. KJ, oh, you see what happened.
Susie, you are my very favorite YouTube channel. Thank you.
Thanks,
Bless you, girl.
guys. Bob said, I made a comment in the video about possibly needing to get it between wood and metal, not just on top of it. Yeah, except when we screwed that in, we screwed it from the metal into the wood. So it's screwed from the inside of the building into the wood. So not from the wood being screwed into the metal, if that makes sense. And then the other side of the frame is screwed in. So it would be like a real big honking deal if I'm at 15%. So live is over when this phone dies.
No, it's not. I hand you this phone and you can read them off. What did the grapes do when squished? Sean wants to know. He's got his dad jokes on.
He whined.
Thanks, Tiffany, for the thumbs up. Parts for a moment, Wade and high. KJ, I would overlap the wood with Flex Seal or in that patch and seal tape.
Yeah, I have both of those. So the problem with the tape that I'm concerned about is the fact that it's corrugation on the metal. And so getting that to actually lay flat and not be a hot stinking mess, to me, it seems really hard. So doing the Flex Seal, I think what I'll do is just do a bead of caulk down in there and just really get it and smooth it out. Someone told me, you didn't smooth it out. That's why it didn't work. And then letting that dry and then doing the Flex Seal over that where you spray it on, and so the wood and everything is done, is what I'm thinking.
Bob says, I remember that video. I was yelling at the TV during it, Heather.
Yeah.
And Anna's want to know if we all planned our matchy match. No, you missed our story about that.
Yeah.
It just happens. We match almost every day, and it's not ever on purpose.
You know what they say about girls? They sync up.
It is the weird. We'll like bust out laughing because we went to help somebody process animals, and we both had checkered shirts.
Yes, and didn't
red
realize
and black checkered shirts
until we got there, and we got out of the truck, and I was like,
"Wait,
we matched."
I'm like, "This no, we're not that kind of friend."
We're twins. We're just gonna say we're twins now, twin sisters.
Oh, Winter's here too. Hi, Winter.
Dwayne says, no, on the Flex Seal. He said that to us last time, too, when we brought it up.
It's expensive and useless, Bob says.
Huh. KJ says, I got some of that patch and seal tape on my arm when patching my shed roof, and let's just say it really, really sticks. Band-Aid's got nothing on it. It was like a waxing. Like you went to the waxologist.
Kelly says, Dwayne says he'll come help you with it himself.
Winter, you know Sean's already telling his dad jokes.
We love Sean, so it's okay. It's totally fine.
He said he'd come help us with it. Did you just read that?
Yep,
Sean
I did.
says no Flex Seal. We got 4 no's on the Flex Seal.
Only use Flex Seal when putting a boat back together after cutting it in half.
In half, yeah, right? then it's waterproof and floats.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. I have to say, I just wanted to cry. I was so upset. I'm like, I need to stop touching my face because I got window seal gunk all over it.
So it's so funny. So I'm like, should we do the live outside? And she's like, yeah, that'd be great. And I was like, you won't get too cold. She goes, no, a minute. 1 minute before the live, she's like, I'm kind of cold.
I'm like, why did it all of a sudden get cold out here?
I just started laughing. It was like earlier when we were filming, and I said, "Are you gonna need a drill bit for that? Like a reel to drill,
like a hole
drill
to
a
the
hole,
hole,
and not just a screw drill bit, you know?" And she's like, "No, I don't need that." And I was like, "Okay." So I grabbed the screw drill bits and I bring them, and she's like, I think I might need to drill a hole. And I gave her this look. I started laughing and said, okay.
I'll tell you what, we have just had a day today, and they said it was supposed to rain all day, and I'm really glad that it hasn't. Of course, it rained while we were trying to break into the truck. And
we were soaked. We were soaked.
So
thank goodness this Josh is super tall. So we're like,
yeah.
He's like, well, I used to be a tow truck driver, but I don't have any of my stuff with us. with me, and we're like, but we got all the stuff.
Yeah, all this
like
stuff.
we bought the stuff in Home Depot that we can totally do this, but we're not tall enough. And so he was able to get up there and like get things down.
And then we were like, we can't even cheer you on because we don't know your name. He's like, Josh. He's like,
go Josh.
He's like, why did I help these ladies? They're out of control.
Yeah.
We just kept saying, what did we tell? We told somebody that we were going to go break into the truck, and I was like, this is how we meet the local police department.
She did. And they're like, oh yeah, that's a good idea, because then you can have them come help. And I'm like, no, they don't come help, but until you start breaking into your own vehicle, and then they'll come and say,
then someone
excuse me, ma'am, you're breaking into this vehicle.
Yeah. But apparently we don't look like hooligans anymore. So we look like grandmas trying to break into a truck, and everybody comes over to help us.
That's right. No, the fob is acting weird. Like it was going on and off on its own. Like you would hear, so in the middle of the night I'd wake up and the truck lights would come on, and then they turn off, and they turn on, and they turn off. I mean, like it was going on and off by itself, and now you can't even push it down. It's like it's hard to explain, but it just feels hard. It doesn't have that squishiness. So I just need to take it in. You know, it's all money, so it's not a priority. Keys work just fine.
Okay, I drive now. You're on my road entertainment. Anna joined at the hip for sure. Definitely hooligans.
Everybody's saying batteries. Everybody's saying change the dang batteries. Operator error. Thank you, Sean. Thank you. That's what it is. It's not the dang batteries. I'm just kidding. It could be. I don't know.
Either the battery in the fob is going bad, or you keep locking yourself out of the truck.
Well, I do keep doing that, but...
Christina says, I wish money grew on trees.
Same, girl.
Me too.
Same.
I used to tell my son when he was little, he'd be like, Mom, can I get da-da-da? And I'm like, sure. You just got to go out and go into the yard, and there's this one particular tree. And I'd go into detail about the leaf, what the leaf looked like. And I'm like, that's a money tree. You just go out there and shake it.
She also used to tell her son that the factories that have all the smoke coming out were cloud makers.
And he was like 11, and he's like, man, they must be working overtime.
Who lies to their kids?
I'm like, who's working overtime? And he's like, the cloud factory. I was like, oh, dude, I need to square this up with you, because maybe your friends are going to make fun of you.
KJ, exactly. Key fobs are not cheap to repair. That's why I have not done it yet.
Exactly.
When we, someday when I make the big bucks, I don't know. It just sounds great. Right now, I'll just use key. Figure it out. I have a money tree, but the coins have no value. Sean, that's fobbed up. I love it.
Oh, that's funny. So we had this 4 days of rain, and it was like all of a sudden everything is green, and it's that super bright green that doesn't look real.
Vibrant.
Like very vibrant.
Yeah.
So pretty.
It is.
Okay, Anna's parents told me I was adopted because nobody wanted me. The weird thing is I'm not even adopted.
Okay, so to be fair, not to be fair, to be full clarity, I told my brother until I'll tell you one of the stories. I can't tell you the other ones on here.
Hi, Sandy. Remember, your mom's on here.
You're right. I can't tell the other one. But one of the stories that I told my brother was that, so I was 15 when he was born, so I told him that I was actually his mom, and had him believing this, and I said, Mom raised you because I was too young and I couldn't do it. And I had him believing this till he was 25. Until he was 25. And then I said, no, that was just a big joke, Alex. And he believed me.
So Tiffany's parents told her that McDonald's was a fake store to play pretend, and you can't really get food there. That was genius. That That was genius.
That was funny. Now she works
there.
Now that I work there, I wish it was true.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, girl, I used to work there. I totally get you.
KJ said, "Did you get rabbit dentistry help?" No, I feel like
She did
did
excellent.
an amazing job.
And Lily is so happy.
Oh, she's such a happy girl.
Oh, she totally is.
Robert found a rabbit nest with only one baby in it while he was weeding garlic today.
Oh.
Alicia said she's glad I'm laughing more. Thank you, me too. I feel so much better.
We love it when she's laughing.
Colleen says, have you looked for more mushrooms on the property? We have not.
Moral mushrooms?
More, yeah, those.
We need to be passing moral mushrooms out to people. Moral
Somebody
mushrooms?
needed to pass me out a moral one when I was younger, because good Lord.
No.
I took the long road way around.
Colleen, to answer your question, no, we need to go. We just said that earlier today. With all the rain and stuff, I'm sure we'd find some. We just need to get off our lazy butts and stop working.
I know. Well, Darla knows where some is. So I actually just want to go get them where we know where a place is. And then actually take one of them and kind of spread the spores so that they grow here.
I read a trick from like a foraging group on Facebook that if you rinse them in water and then you dump that water on your property, then they will grow there.
Yeah. So that's, I think, how we're going to do it. And then maybe when we're to the point where we can just walk around and hunt things, then we will.
Yeah. Excuse me, I have to get more water. I'll be back.
Robert, why are you asking? Could you fill mine up? 3 squirts and the rest with water? I mean, if you're going anyway. Is that how that works?
I'm just going to grab a bottle of water.
Oh. I'm like, go inside and do all this fancy stuff.
I had a bottle in the freezer ready.
Oh.
I will get you water.
I got you. 50 Shades of Green. Hi, Simon. How are you? Good morning, ladies. Just popped in to say hello, and I'll watch the replay in the morning. It's 1:23 a.m. So you're near Ian, who's in Scotland. It's the same time. We had so much fun with the grandsons here, with my grandsons here. They were a hoot. It poured down raining. We couldn't go outside at all. And it was cold, and I didn't bring in any firewood, so all the firewood got wet, which was a bummer. But the Big Eddie worked really well, so we at least had the propane heat, so it was definitely warmer. Listen, sir. He says I'm too loud. Anna saw a wasp today and she thought of me. That's funny.
I would think of her too.
That's
if I saw
funny,
one.
Anna.
Did I hear Simon's on here? Hi, Simon.
Yep. Bob's asking Sean when his next video is. So right? Everybody learned the lesson. Keep your caps on your water. Don't use straws outside. You're welcome.
Colleen's going to come help us hunt for mushrooms.
That would be fun.
That would be fun.
Ask the editor, Winter, did you see the one we put out on Saturday? Lots of bees and wasps around.
Oh, I have not seen your most recent one. I've been bad. I need to get on yours and Kelly's, both. So I will do it soon.
Oh, Bob said that they're not you know what? They don't notify me either. I just see that you put one on Facebook and then I go look for it. But once you start, the rooster he wants his name changed to Stu.
Does he want me to go hug him?
He needs a hug.
Do you need a hug, sir? Sir, do you need a hug?
He's like, nope.
So this all started because he likes to chase us. And not only does he chase us, but like...
Oh, KJ, we did. Thank you so much. That was insanely helpful. And, man, those gift cards, I know people don't like giving them because they feel like they're, I don't know, not
special.
Yeah, we love them. Like, I love
They are
gift
so
cards.
helpful.
It is so helpful.
So,
Mary's here. Hi, Mary.
hi, Mary.
Rooster needs a kick in the tail feathers. Yes, he does. He's so nosy. Anytime we're doing anything, he comes over to see what we're doing.
And he's been chasing us a lot lately. So I literally was trying the other day to pick him up so I could carry him around and
Yeah.
teach him a lesson.
Well,
But
because one of the times I did that, he was chasing me, and I sat down with him. Remember, I took those
yeah,
pictures with him, and I sat there with him. I'm sure it was him. Might not have been him, but I'm sure it was, because we had all those other chickens, and held him. And then he didn't do it for a long time. It was like a long time.
I get tired of doing Kung Fu Rooster with him because I mean, like, I really need to have like a game camera up because there's times where he's like attacking the back of your legs, and then you're like, ooh, and you're like doing this Kung Fu Rooster
KJ
thing
says
with him.
Rooster doesn't have a job right now, so yeah, he'd be Stu. He would be Stu if we didn't think he was so comical. Now, the big we have the bachelors. So we have Donald, we have Flapjack. Those are the bachelors. Yep. And we just think they're hilarious, and so that's why we've kind of kept them on. I do think we are going to be adding chickens back, hopefully, by the end of the season. Maybe we could baby them through the winter and then have them laying. But we'll see. I mean, we'll just see how much stuff we get done. I don't know if I would I don't know how I'm going to do it with them through the winter. Let's just say that, because they need each other to keep themselves warm.
Thank you, Colleen. I don't remember what shirt it was, but I appreciate that. I'll have to look back. Susie said, are we keeping the container doors on the kitchen end? These big things?
Yeah, they're going to stay on. They're just going to be movable. I think they're fun. I'm probably going to put like flower,
like planters
along on these things, so there'll be flowers hanging down off of them and that kind of stuff. They're not staying on there to be closed, especially they could have been closed until I put the hot and cold water spigots on the outside. But now they can't because those stick out. So
how do we get the bird dates? Not Heather and Kimmy, but Donald and Rooster. Donald and Flapjack.
Who asked that?
Bob.
I have to look at it. How do we get them dates? Oh, I see.
They need ladies, he's saying.
So they do need ladies. And I'm going to look at some, I want some female ducks that will hatch their own eggs out. The Peking ducks won't. They'll try. They'll go broody. They'll do all the things. But the babies hatch out and they're dead. So there's something about the humidity. They're not able to keep the humidity or something on them.
It was really sad.
And it was really, really sad. So I'm going to look for some breeds and let them crossbreed. So I'll just get some girls. And then with the rooster, Darcy said she would hatch us out some when we were ready. She has her little incubator.
That'll be fun.
And we'll do that.
KJ, no, not yet. Haven't had any anyone that has any around right now, which is totally fine. We've been super busy, so you know, hopefully I can catch a swarm or something this summer, or you know, maybe somebody who does bees around here can do a split and let me have some of theirs. So there's options down the road.
Susie said that would be cute with strawberries too. That would be cute with strawberries. Donald is recovering. He is moving around. He's pretty mobile, and he's starting to put weight on that other leg. It's a very small amount, but he is using it, so that's cool.
Yeah.
Nancy says, "Hi everyone."
Strawberries. Did you plant the gutter strawberries at the end of the season?
No, they're still in the gutters. I got a thumb cramp. Oh, no. I hate that.
Let's see. Watching who chased the rooster was hilarious.
It was hilarious.
It was pretty funny.
The dogs, we're out here, and so now they're barking.
Well, they were outside, and they'd be barking whether they're outside or inside.
I do think I'm going to go in there and tell them to be quiet and put a jacket on. My phone's at 9%. I gotta.
This one's at 80. I'll share.
I'm going to turn this one off and go plug it in. Let's see.
Are the berries showing any green? We have not gone to look. Ooh. Honestly, you know, we've had other things to do. It is still on the side of the tool shed that collapsed. So we try to avoid that area right now. We are going to be pulling off the OSB off the tool shed and using that on the walls in this house. So so pretty soon we'll be checking those out. But we figured if they're, you know, the ones in the pools didn't make it and the ones in the the file cabinet tiers, they didn't make it, but it was super hot last year and probably due to not enough water, honestly. So I am so glad the snow is gone too. It's been a lovely, the temps are kind of being weird. Like it's going to be in the 80s again this weekend coming up. So late 80s. So it's supposed to get super, super warm. Today it was right around the 60s. So it was a really nice, cool day to work outside.
I hear the turkeys.
She's got her. She does not have her farm jacket anymore. She finally threw it away.
I threw it away.
That was her old robe. It was so funny. Did you paint Donald's feet blue?
No. But those little things were hilarious.
Snow is gone now, so you can get into that shed. We will be. Like I said, we're going to be taking the OSB off to put on the walls in here.
It's actually pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
Everything's kind of... Is it precociously leaning? Is that the word?
Yeah, you mess with it a little bit and it will be like...
Yeah.
Because you got to think about it as it went down. It went down like this. So all of we have
shelving units.
Shelves inside with stuff on them. So all of them are like tipped like this.
Well, the ones on this side are actually what's holding the whole thing up. So these tipped and these are standing up, and they're holding everything up. So we're gonna what we're gonna end up doing is pulling the sides off, and then there's also OSB on the roof. So what we might end up doing is seeing if my son can bring the skid loader up and push it up to standing, and then we can set some new legs on it. But we'll see.
No, Susie wants to know, do we have any flooding here? No flooding, so no problems there.
We don't really flood here on the mountain. It may be in some other places, but so we're the top, and then everything goes off from us. So we actually dry out very quickly. We don't have the mud season that other people deal with. What we do have is it gets very dry. So that's what we have to look at, is extra water for watering gardens, that kind of stuff. So the neighbors were pretty freaked out that I was going to garden and stuff up here because of the amount of water that it takes. But when I let them know I was doing rain collection, they were like, oh, okay. I said, or I'll haul water in, because there's a water shelf, but it goes dry. So there's a few of the people that are hooked up to that one. Everybody else has to go 250 feet more deep for water. But that does dry out. So they were concerned about that. So the thing that we have to focus on is bigger water tanks here to do the amount of gardening that we want to do.
Nancy says, just be careful when you do that as far as the shed. Push or pull, KJ says, with the truck is possibility if it's rigged right. We also have, her son has a skid loader, and we might be able to get him to help us.
And an excavator.
Yep.
So that's probably what I'll do. We'll take off the sides, the pieces that we can, and then I'll have him come over and we'll figure it out.
Sean said, where's your hat, Heather?
It's inside.
Because you won one and you're not wearing it?
If it had your guys' name on it, I'd wear it more. That's going to be my logging hat. So whenever I'm cutting down trees, that's the hat that I'm going to wear.
Kimmy will need to wear her helmet for the shed work. I did wear my helmet the other day.
It's in the video I just edited.
Yes, so it's coming out. You guys will see.
Yeah.
Let's see. Keep that moon dust down, Sean says.
That's it.
Bless you.
I think, KJ, I think you asked me why did we have so much dust, and it's because we cleared this area to be building in, and we have not replanted it because we're going to continue to be building up here. So that's why there's so much dust, because of that. I think I also want to keep right around the house. I want to keep it very clean and landscaped and that kind of stuff.
Park-like.
So very park-like, but also very gravel, concrete, that kind of stuff around the house. So it can all be washed off, because I have the dogs and I have, grandkids and stuff like that. And the one thing that I know my son always disliked was that he couldn't skateboard, he couldn't roller skate. He couldn't do any of those things where we lived because we had no concrete. It was all dirt or whatever. So I want to have space that the boys can do that with.
The male turkeys are back.
They are.
The toms are back.
Got the dog barking.
Do it again. Do it again. Colleen has lots of moon dust also. Kelly says Marty and Julie aren't using their tank anymore. Maybe they can donate it to you. Sure, if they, if you guys can talk them into it, that would be awesome. Let's see. KJ says pea gravel's nice, or aqua pavers in parking areas.
Yeah.
Susie says, can you use your gray water to spray down?
Mm-hmm. Yes, that is actually one of the plans that we're doing with the gray water. Is it will be used to keep the dust down and that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Susie loves your turkey call.
Thank you.
She does really good. She calls the boys in, and then they see her, and they're like, crap, and they run.
Back turkey call brings all the boys to the yard.
Yes, it does. Michael says, greetings from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Hello,
Hi, Michael.
Christina, Carlisle. Yes, clover seed. It feeds all the animals and holds down the dust. Oh, yeah, clover is great. The bees love it too.
Love it. So I did, when I bought a foreclosed place in Washington. Justin is riled up. In Washington, and then overgrazed it with critters. And so I got back down on critters and ended up doing a seed mix that had like alfalfa and clover and Timothy grass, and you just get it out there, and man, the grass came up. It was so thick and so beautiful, and the animals were able to graze it down and just kept it beautiful. I loved it.
Bob says gray water would be grossness. Gray water to spray down could spread some grossness. I don't know what you have in your gray water. Like, we just use soap, and like, what?
When you wash dishes and stuff, you're going to get food particles in that unless you wipe your dishes off before you wash them. So you would get that kind of stuff. I would probably, I don't know, set up some kind of filter system that wasn't like an extreme filter system, so not a super expensive one, where it could be filtered to the point that it could be used that way. I've also thought about just using it on the fruit trees and that kind of stuff, something like that. But I'd probably set up just a redneck filtering system where it goes through rock and then sand, and it kind of filters it that way.
Yeah, all sorts of craziness going on. Let's see. Susie, I wash dishes in wash tubs and water my outdoor plants.
Yep.
Christina, it was Robert's idea. Robert, I top dressed all my raised beds with clover for the winter and rolled it under before beginning to plant. Makes great compost.
Yeah. Puts a whole lot of nitrogen into the ground. Bud, what are you doing?
KJ says not gray water, black, yes. Robert says gray water can also contain urine in some cases. Unless you're peeing in your sink.
Well, unless you pee on your hands and then you wash your hands. So, I mean, that's legit.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
We won't drink the gray water.
I really don't pee on my hands, but
I really try not to.
I pee before my hands go down there.
There was that time when I used to drink a lot, but now that I don't drink anymore.
I move my hands before I pee. Okay. Let's see. Bob, I don't have a gray water system at all. I collect roof water. Susie, soap and dishwater makes water wetter. Jerry Jones, it's just Jerry. No urine in my gray water. Kelly, I mean, I guess if you peed in the shower, maybe.
Yeah, that could be it. There is that.
Mary, hello, Michael. Kelly says, Robert, if that's the case, then you have a bad system. You should not have urine in your gray water at all. And then Anna says, peeing in the shower, Bob? I love you guys. You are the
Gosh, I
best.
almost spit my drink.
You are the best, Sean. Tinkle, tinkle, little star. KJ, we learned Robert Bates has some odd shower habits.
Bob's like back slowly out of the room.
Mom, are you on here? Do you hear this, Mom? Susie, too funny. Nancy crying, laughing face.
Oh my gosh.
Brennan, Matt crying, laughing face. I've seen systems on YouTube where urine is collected in gray water, Bob says. Sure you do. Sure you have.
That's when they used to have that
That's what they all
saying, you
say.
were too poor to piss in a pot, because you were too poor to own a pot to piss in, because they would sell their pots of piss to do something with. I don't remember what it was.
Tiffany says, I was told to pee on my feet sometime.
Oh, when you get, okay, so when we were in
only if you
Hawaii.
get a stingray.
Yeah,
Not stingray,
jellyfish.
sting.
When we were in Hawaii, they were like, if you get stung by a jellyfish, have your buddy pee on you.
Haven't you seen that Friends episode?
No.
They like don't talk about it. Oh no. Yeah, totally. It was Joey and Monica. I think it was Joey and Monica. And he's like, I don't want to talk about it. She made him pee on her. And he's like, I don't want to talk about it. It was hysterical. You pee on your feet for athletes' foot too?
Oh.
What? I worked for a long time at a doctor's office, and not once did I hear of that treatment. But
Justin is riled up.
he hears us. He's like, I want to.
He's like, they're being loud.
Yeah, even Winter says that is in a Friends episode.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw it.
I missed that one.
And Chandler had a shy bladder, and Joey had to pee on Monica's
Okay.
foot. Yes. Even Kelly. Yep. Just Jerry says, too poor to piss in a pot and too cheap for a window to trough it out. Mom says, yes, I'm here enjoying all the fun. Hi, Sil. Sil
Hi,
made it.
Sil, you made it. We miss you.
Yes. A little drop of urine in the ear will heal an earache, Mary says. That's a hard pass for me.
I think, does it heal it, or does the person just quit complaining?
There's that. Oh, I was going to say, that is a hard pass for me. What? You want to pee in my ear? No, thank you.
No, thanks. I mean, if you were stuck on an island and you had no other way to get rid of an ear infection, then okay.
Right? If it was just you and a buddy and you had no access to a doctor or antibiotics or even herbal remedies, because that kind of island doesn't
and
have
that's
that
the
kind of
only
stuff.
thing that you know.
Yeah.
Because you don't know the plants yet. Justin, settle down, sir.
KJ says urine was used for tanning.
Tanning hides.
Your body?
Tanning hides.
Like, let me pee on my leg, and then I'll have like a nice tan urine spot going down it.
I'm actually tanning hides right now. I'm not using urine though.
We could have been collecting all this time.
All this time we have been collecting. We could have.
We could have been like, let's just filter out the sawdust.
Oh my goodness. We went right. I mean, our topic of discussion today. Everything you need to know about urine. Thanks, Bob.
Bob says I use sunscreen, not urine.
Oh my goodness.
Bob says they're going to pee themselves soon.
Yes.
Tanning hides, not you. Tannin. Yes, urine and brains.
Yeah. I'm not doing that. I'm using alum and egg yolk and salt.
We need to see some friends about eggs then.
We do.
Because we don't have any eggs. Since we don't have any chicken flock anymore.
I know.
We have to go visit our friends, Darla and Darcy.
Colleen. Hers are laying now.
That's so funny. Oh boy. We're not going to pee ourselves because we did use the bathroom before we came out. But my abs are starting to get super tight from all this laughing. You guys are so great for our 6-packs.
I know, right? Right now, I just have a 1-pack, but
Hey, I'm pretty sure I have at least a 4-pack under all of this extra fluff.
Well, I'm not talking about that. I mean, just like what is out there.
Oh boy. Laughing equals workout.
It does. Burns calories. It's a
Heather
real
has
thing.
the granny rocker.
I do. This is the best chair ever. I want like 10 of these chairs just throughout the property because I stop and sit. I can't stand for long periods of time with my back injury. So
And she loves that chair, and I personally
I will push people out of it.
I personally like this one.
Even my grandkids, I won't let them sit in it. I'm a grandma chair. It's grandma's chair.
And I'm not a big fan of it. I like this one. It has a table and I have a step stool, which I love.
Yeah.
How long until you fall through your chair this year? Well, to be honest with you, I've already done it. So the red chairs that we normally have outside that we use, it had a little hole in it.
Yeah.
It almost looked like a cigarette burn, but nobody up here smokes.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it came from like a fire.
Well, it got set
something.
out. It was
yeah.
set out all winter.
But it started as like a little hole, and then that hole like totally split the other day. One Heather and I were out here sitting, and I'm like, whoa! The look on my face, she could just totally tell what just happened. It's totally split.
Yeah.
We have 2 of Heather's chairs, Sil says.
Oh, I love this chair. Love it.
Yes, I like a director's chair. That's what this is. Director's chair. Cora says, good evening.
Hi, Cora.
Let's see.
Tomorrow and the rest of this week is supposed to be absolutely gorgeous. We still have snow on Schweitzer, so there's still always a possibility of the temperature to drop and us to get snow.
It just snowed in, I think it was Cascade, and that's also here in Idaho, just the other day, and a ton of snow. Where did you get that chair, Heather? Bob wants to know.
Walmart, $45.
Wally World.
Yeah.
Do they even have a Walmart close to your island there, Bob?
I love this chair. It's so comfortable. And it's not high up. So I have a hard time with this one, even though I'm tall, because I don't like my feet. I don't like to have to, I like my legs to come straight out and then be able to go down. I don't like to have to, I don't like keeping them on the ledge thing. I like them on the ground. So this one, you just kind of sit in it. You get a swing. I like swinging.
Colleen said she wants a chair like yours.
Yeah.
I like rocking too, but I like it like in a rocking chair. I like more back support, I think is why.
Yeah.
That doesn't have that much. Sean says, I gotta go. Gotta make dinner for the boss.
See
Bye,
ya.
Sean. Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Costco's where Sil got his.
Mm.
So if you guys don't have a Walmart close by, Costco's another place to check.
Well, I know they sell them at like Cabela's and stuff too, but they're like really, really expensive.
Winter says in Arizona we hit 97 on Saturday.
Oh my goodness.
Goodness gracious. That is
I just cannot.
too warm.
I cannot. I cannot.
Bob says it is 3.5 hours to Walmart from his place.
Oh my goodness. One way?
Do you have firewood in case the temperature drops?
No. We do. It's just wet now because it rained for 4 days that I didn't pull. So we have some down the hill. We have some over there that I cut that didn't get moved from when I cut it.
I found some along the fence line.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about over there.
Yeah.
So we got that, and I didn't bring it up.
Bye,
so.
Sean.
But we do have the Big Buddy heater, and that's been keeping it at about 60 in there. So.
Upper Sky DJ just came. Hello.
Hello.
Sorry I'm late, but the ferry is a little slow tonight.
Mm.
Yes, Heather, 1 way and a 2-hour boat ride each way.
Man. I mean, is it a fun boat ride?
I don't know if it's worth it.
I don't know. That would be like one trip a month or every 2 months. Do you get island fever? I feel like I would get island fever. We kind of got island fever in Hawaii.
We did, but we weren't like born and raised there. So maybe if like that's all you know, then that's all you know.
Right. We are working on the big colony for the rabbits.
Bye, Winter.
Bye, Winter.
She says, I gotta go so I can eat that dinner that Chef Sean makes.
Nice.
Night, everyone.
So we're putting in a much bigger rabbit colony pen. Once we get the water heater thing hooked up and so we can shower. That's kind of our next outside project, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We have a couple tough questions. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, number one. We'll start with Susie. Are you cleaning your Mr. Buddy regularly?
Next.
The next one is
yes. Yeah, I do.
Have to ask, but I have to. Hate to ask, but I have to. Have you started prepping firewood yet for next winter? Yeah, we already got 2 piles started.
So we have all the cutoffs from last year on the trees that are piled up, and we're going to work on getting those cut. And then we have a bunch of clearing that's going to be happening behind you guys here for our pasture, our grazing pasture for the animals, and the big garden orchard. And so there's a lot of those trees are going to be for the sawmill for the barn, but there's also quite a few that are going to go to firewood. That's specifically what they're going to go do. On our pipeline, there's a place back there where we have a bunch of pine trees that died. So they're dead standing. They are seasoned. So we're going to cut all those down first and start, we had a pine beetle go through, and they're not real big, so they're not really good sawmill logs. So they're going to go straight to firewood.
Hi, Debbie Andrews.
Hi, Debbie. We're probably going to purchase some fir rounds or have a delivery of logs brought in for firewood to specifically. I don't want to cut down a ton of trees. I want to cut down the trees where they need to be cut down because of building or thinning or growing areas, but I don't want to cut down a bunch of my trees. So I like the privacy. I like the windbreak. So like I said, we have a huge dead standing pine down the hill that's going to come down this year. And
that's a millable though, right?
No, because it's been dead for at least 2 years. Dang. Maybe 3. So most likely that one will go to firewood. That tree in itself is definitely a cord and a half of wood in that one tree because it's a big tree.
Bob says, I may get off every 3 months. I'm assuming he means off the island.
Off the island, yeah.
KJ, I never had a problem on Guam.
I never went to Guam.
Me neither. Susie says she uses alcohol with a Q-tip and then blow out with the air hose because hers fails. We actually have done that.
Yeah, we used
that. You can also do it with Listerine because it's such a high alcohol content. Yeah. KJ wants to know, have we had any more sponsors yet? Yes. There's a couple upcoming videos you guys will see.
There are, yeah. We've got the hot water heater for the outside hot water heater is a sponsor. We've got this one's going to be really cool, but it's a battery powered air blower and weed eater that will cut. I think it has like that blade on it, so it should cut down all the stuff, which is really good because we feed all this overgrowth to the rabbits. Yeah. So we'll be able to go through and just jump and throw them in.
It's so much easier than hand picking.
Yeah, or going through and clipping, which is what we used to do last year in the morning. We would just go through with clippers and we'd both clip a bunch of grass it's not grass, it's these weed maples, I think is what they call them. Yeah. And we just keep clipping those up and then throw them into the rabbits and the goats and stuff. They love them.
Sil says, are you going to plant replacement trees?
Yes, but not in the exact same spot. So we're gonna do eventually an entire the whole property line is gonna set up some trees, plant trees, replant trees all through the property line for privacy, and obviously fruit trees and that kind of stuff. And I actually want to plant fruit trees kind of all throughout, so that we're also dropping fruit for the wildlife.
Yeah. And it keeps them out of your garden.
It does. Hi, sir. Well, you just coming on by.
He's brave one.
He's so brave.
He said usually this time there's food on the ground.
Look at
what
you.
is happening?
You're a youngin. It's a male turkey. He's walking right up on us.
Susie said you need trees for windbreak on top of the mountain for sure. Yes.
Yeah, and that's over. I know. I know.
Literally, I'm going to show you guys. If he doesn't run away.
He's like, where's all the girls?
Let's see.
No, duck's behind the hill. There he goes.
Hopefully y'all can see him.
He's young. He barely has a beard.
There he's hiding now.
The rooster's in the barn. He's coming out like, what are you doing here, man? Why are you in my house? This is my house. Justin, settle down.
Okay, let's see.
So yeah, putting up a whole windbreak over there by the sawmill, because it is just brutal over there.
Let's see. If you're thinking the tree more than a cord, how do you measure your cord?
They're 4 feet by 4 by 8 feet. This tree is huge. It's probably 27, 28 inches round diameter, and really tall.
It's a big one.
Yeah, it's a big one. It's old.
Christine, we have to collect firewood as well. I'm sure with this nice weather coming here soon, we will collect some wood then. Collecting wood is a workout, not my favorite homestead chore. It is a workout.
One thing we didn't do last year is like the branches and stuff. We didn't cut when we were stripping the trees of branches. We didn't cut those into firewood, and we are going to do that this year because we like the smaller ones. They burn better than the great big honking ones that everybody kept saying to use. I think those weren't burning as well because they weren't seasoned real well. Yeah. I think that was our issue, and then we had some that was wet, so that was an issue. But when we would take the good side, about this big around, and stuff the stove. Thank you. Words are hard.
Words.
The stove with those, and just put a whole bunch of in there. That would last a long time, and we'd had really good coals. So all these big trees that we're taking down in this area, I'm going to cut up as many of the limbs into kindling and the smaller pieces of firewood and that kind of stuff.
Which is going to be so time consuming.
Very time consuming. I think it's going to be, yeah, I think it's going to be one of those things where I just kind of go an hour a day and go out there and do it.
Susie wants to know, can the water heater hook up to a solar panel?
Yes.
Yes. Super exciting.
Yeah.
Bob, if you will be using a blower to clean out areas, watch out for dust, can cause respiratory issues.
No, I like to use the blower on the sawmill after we're milling and you have all the sawdust, to be able to get in there and clean that the mill off. That's probably the only thing that we'll use the blower for. It happened to come with this kit. It's 2 things all in one, so it's pretty cool. It's to clean out the back of the truck with dust and dirt and stuff like that. It's good for that. But I won't use it for much else. I'm allergic to dust, so I don't like kicking the dust up.
Christina says that she likes the fruit tree idea. She has tried to plant fruit trees, but the voles get to them.
That's a bummer.
Oh, we got Living the Dream Homestead here. Hi, ladies. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you guys. Bob just planted 4 more apples and have 6 blueberry that are going on around them.
You know, the other thing about planting, so in my particular orchard, I want dwarf varieties of fruit trees. I don't want big giant ones. I want smaller ones. But when I plant them out and about, I'm going to plant regular huge size trees that get ginormous. And then you have limbs for smoking, and you can chip them down and you can smoke with them, and
That'd be awesome.
like all of that kind of stuff. So that's kind of my thought. And then also you have all this fruit for the wildlife. But then also you have, when your dwarf variety dies out, you still have these huge matured apple trees and pear trees. I don't know if pear will do well up here, but I know apple. I hope pear does well up here. Those are amazing.
Bob says he wants to see that tree. You're funny.
You're funny.
Do this, Bob. Moving on. Let's see. Tiffany, last minute questions. Time's running out. Let's see. What's for dinner? Thai food for me tonight. We haven't decided.
No. We haven't talked about it at all.
Oh, we got a couple new people.
We did stop and get some cheeseburgers on the way home. Our favorite place, the Hog Trough, is shutting down. And so we went and stopped and got a hamburger there today.
Hi, Dwayne. Hi, Harry.
Hi,
Thanks
Dwayne.
for coming.
Hi, Harry.
Let's see.
Ignore the dog in the background. He's riled up.
Let's see. KJ says she's having lemon chicken and Carolina gold rice for dinner.
So we got fried chicken the other day from Walmart.
We did, and we only have a little piece.
Two little pieces?
I think 2 little pieces left.
Oh.
But I have half of my burger still, or my sandwich. Great idea on collecting limbs. Susie says get boys to do it.
Yeah. I think, and if I want to set up a workstation. I saw this guy. So he had his set up and he made this homemade contraption. I'm sure it was very dangerous. Bob, don't listen. And he had his sawmill not a sawmill, but his chainsaw set up where it was braced on this thing. And then he could put the piece of wood just on. So he had the use of both of his hands. And, and the chainsaw would work. He had I don't know if he had the chainsaw where he did something with his foot or whatever. I can't remember. Anyway, I was like, that's pretty genius, because that's the hardest thing for me is the chainsaw gets tiring.
Bye, Susie.
Bye, Susie. Bye, Sil.
Let's see. There's a lot we've missed. We're running out of time, so...
The key is getting everything to be about 18 inches. You either have to have someone ahead of you marking it with the dots, measuring and marking. I do have that roller that has the paint sprayer in it that you just roll it along, and you can set it to do different, however many inches. I think that's the biggest key, because I really like having the logs the same size.
Yes, that's handy.
That made a big difference with stuffing the stove.
Brenda said, that's a bummer. I wanted to try their burgers.
Yeah. The other thing that we're doing is we've been saving our half and half jugs and butter containers and all these little containers that we are going to stuff with the sawdust and mix it first with like a wax, like a candle wax or whatever, and then stuff it to try to make our own eco logs.
Harry, we do not have a Publix here.
We don't have
Tiffany said Alaska Wood Mill.
I have one of those. Alaska sawmill?
She wrote Alaska Wood Mill. I'm guessing she means sawmill. Kelly says, I bought Dwayne the guy that you hook on your chainsaw.
Oh, the guide that, I know what you're talking about.
Guide. She said guy.
Well, if you got a guy that'll hook onto my chainsaw and do all my wood for me, I'm in, Kelly.
Let's see. We got a lot of people saying goodnight. It is 6:03, so I think we're going to call it. We have some more stuff to finish up before it gets dark.
Yes, hopefully we can finish this
colder.
last bit, and then we have a shower.
We're so excited for that.
That's so exciting.
Thank you all for coming and hanging out with us tonight.
We appreciate it. How many people did we have tonight?
Well, currently we have 28. I did not really pay attention throughout, so if you guys know the number, put it down in the chat.
I think next week, everybody that came today should bring a friend, and we could double that number.
And next week, it's going to be on her channel. So, hope to see you guys there.
Bye.
Bye.